Hello, my beautiful Saggies. Welcome in, welcome back, welcome to my channel. I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. And today we are going to do a 6-week reading for you from mid to end of October and then the whole month of November. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to take a little bit of time off to regroup, to reassess, to look at what I'm doing with this business altogether, as well as I am taking a class to enhance what I bring to all of you. So please keep that in mind. I may not be back until the end of November. I will, however, still be posting on my TikTok channel because I can do some shorter, quicker videos there. So my TikTok channel is NSEH207_ tarot if you'd like to check that out. Please do remember this is a collective reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Also want to mention my hair is not behaving today, but we just have to go with it. All right. First of all, on October 21st is a new beaver moon in Libra. I love this because Libra is such a balanced energy that we're going to feel a lot of balance. October 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 5-ish days. We're going to be feeling a nice, calming balance during that time, or most of us will, especially if you're sensitive to moons and their cycles. Then on November 5th, we're going to have the full beaver moon in Taurus. That can bring in a little bit more assertive, even maybe aggressive energy, feeling more earthy, like you want to be at home, maybe cleaning, getting ready for the holidays. I can't believe I'm saying that, but yes, they're coming. So November, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the energy of Taurus. Home, being at home, beautifying your home, and maybe sort of, I can never figure out how to say this, but Taurus, they have the right way to do something. So you could be feeling during that time that your way is the right way. So try not to get too stubborn during those dates. And then on November 20th comes the new cold moon in Scorpio. Scorpio, the dark and mysterious, right? So Scorpio energy coming in around November 20th. So towards the end of November, maybe a little mystery going on. Maybe you're feeling a little sensual, a little sexy, that kind of energy. That's what Scorpio brings in. Okay. So from mid to end of October, I'm going to be pulling a card from the Halloween Oracle. Well, I already have. So focusing on your energy, I'm going to shuffle the tarot on camera, but the videos get so long when I'm trying to shuffle the cards because I'm an intuitive reader and I like the cards to come out. I don't want to just cut the deck and pull cards. That's not the way that my guides have led me to do this. So Halloween Oracle, you have the card of winter. And it's so funny because this card has been on my mind. I love the way this card looks. I love fall leaves. And there's a huge full moon behind this card. And it's been on my mind for days. I don't know why. I'll just be driving and this card will pop into my head. So imagine my surprise when this is the card that popped out of the deck, right? Winter, the sacredness of passing. All right, so winter, the sacredness of passing. It's time to let what no longer serves you die away, Saggies. Where it seems natural and right to let things that have been bothering you for some time die back, take real action to change those things. So when the time feels right, you may need to let go of some routines, some people, some ideas, something like that. Anything that is superfluous, extra, and burdensome, you need to release, okay? So that card is reminding you mid to end of October, if things have been bothering you, something has been bothering you, either that you've been doing or, I don't know, you've just been thinking about not doing it anymore or releasing it or letting it go, this card is reminding you that, yes, this is the time to do that. And then we use the Tea Leaf Oracle, and the first card you have is Hills, obstacles to overcome. obstacles to overcome. And this could have to do with that letting go, right? Then you have spear, heartache over what you no longer have. So I really feel like these are all tied in together. Sometimes when a friendship has run its course, or we have troubles with coworkers, or we know that what we're doing is just no longer right for us, we do get emotional, and it does give us a little bit of heartache. But after we have done that, we have happiness and well-being, right? That sun, it's beautiful. Those beautiful fall colors in there. So sometimes in order to get to the happiness, we have to realize the things that no longer serve us have to go, right? And I've been kind of contemplating that with this channel. Like, is this worth it? Is all the time and effort and energy that I put in, because it's been 2 years, right, in October. It was either September or October of 2023 that I really started doing videos all the time. And I'm still less than 500 subscribers after 2 years of work. So I'm kind of going through some of that myself, trying to figure out, is this worth the effort, right? And sometimes, believe me, throughout the years, I have had friendships that I just knew had run their course. It's just, neither one of us is really getting anything out of it. It's not, sometimes it's really one-sided, and it's just, whatever. So we outgrow things, and that's okay, right? It could be a relationship. That's okay. I am not the type of person who thinks divorce is taboo or anything like that. Is it sad? Of course. But if you can learn from what you've been through, then it's not a failure, so to speak, right? I have been married a few times, and I learned something from every single relationship. Learned something about myself, about what I was willing to do, what I was willing to give. So don't be discouraged if it's in that department for you. January. So we can see like a Jack Frost looking person. So the energy of January where I live is very cold, frigid, right? So we could be feeling that frigidity and that coldness from either a person that we need to let go of, or it could just be the weather, honestly. But January, maybe somebody gives you the cold shoulder. But you have the sun card right before that. So your own well-being is your business, right? If somebody decides that they're upset because you're letting go that friendship, or letting go that whatever it is, maybe you walk or exercise or work out with somebody and you just don't want to do it anymore. I don't know why Spirit is giving me that example, but or maybe you just want to change it up, and your workout buddy is like, no, I like what we're doing. Things like that. So don't be discouraged about it. It's going to be fine. It's going to work out. And there's nothing to worry about. While I was shuffling, the deck I'm using from mid-October to end of October is the Gilded Tarot Royale, my favorite, the one I'm most connected to. As I was shuffling, 2 cards flew out, and Spirit said, yes, keep those. One is the Seven of Pentacles, the other is the Star. So 7 of Pentacles, okay, now we have a Tower moment. Hey, it's all fine, right? Tower moments bring clean slates. Tower moments give us a new start, a new lease on life. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's getting really bright outside, so I'm doing this a little later than I normally do. So the light is different. I like to do this early, like 6 a.m. when there isn't any light outside, so the camera can capture things easier. All right, so mid to end of October. This goes right along with what we have been saying. So the 7 of Pentacles, this is things that you've created. So she's standing under that tree full of pentacles with an empty basket. The look on her face is like, what do I do? What do I pick? What do I use? What is my choice, right? So, let me just say that when I get done with everything, I'm going to face the camera to the cards and recap so you can see all the cards together. But that 7 of Pentacles is, basically choosing how you're going to go forward. Maybe you have a couple of degrees. I have 2 degrees, one an associate's, one a bachelor's. And I use the wisdom from each of those in different ways in different jobs that I've had. Maybe you have certifications and what have you, and you're deciding, what path do I want to pursue? Where do I want to proceed? That can be that card. The Star card. This represents Aquarius. She has to have that little pink thing on because she's naked up top, and I don't want to get dinged by YouTube. So the Star is also hopes, dreams, and wishes fulfilled. Okay, so you need to remember that even when things get depleted, they get filled back up. And many times that depends on your attitude about it, right? Do you get angry and upset, or do you just accept, okay, that was a challenge, I got through it, better things are coming? That's the better way to have it. Also, if you have Aquarius prominently in your birth chart or a prominent Aquarius in your life, that could just be pointing towards that. Maybe that Aquarius has something to do with the situation, or it's just, if it's in your birth chart, it's just saying, yes, yes, this is your reading. Tower. So the Tower is, it can be so many different things, right? It can be losing a job, losing a partner, losing a business, or it can also be you deciding to change something. Your belief system changes because you have a realization, some sort of awakening, and you're like, no, this is all gonna be blown up. I'm getting rid of this. And this also goes along with all the messages that you've been having, right? About letting things go that no longer serve you. So sometimes this Tower is something that we cause other people to feel because of the choices that we make, right? Remember, we're talking about October here. So mid to end of October, there could be some decision that you make that affects other people, that makes it feel like a Tower moment to them. It's a Tower moment for you, maybe because you created that, right? You got rid of something, someone, some situation, and it created a Tower moment for you and gave you a clean slate to move forward. Then you have this Six of Pentacles. Pentacles are all about your money, your finances. And you see here, this gentleman is really weighing up the Pentacles, and then he's placing them supposedly where he wants them to go, but they seem to be falling right through those hands, right? Sixes are harmony. So, but you see there's a scale in there. So in order to achieve the balance and harmony, you're going to need to take a look at your finances, your bills, your savings, your 401k, your rainy day fund, whatever that may be, Saggies. Okay, so take a hard look at where your money's going and where you're spending your money. Money is energy. Where are you spending your energy and your time, and is it worth it? I love that message. That's definitely for me. I'm a Sagittarius, so that's definitely something I need to think about. Then you have this Nine of Cups. Nines are accomplishment, and this guy has accomplished a lot emotionally. Maybe you have really invested a lot of time in your business, your job, your friends, your coworkers, your business partner, whatever it may be. And he is celebrating, right? Now, sometimes people say this is a wish fulfilled. My guides have always given it to me in this particular deck as you've created a lot of emotional wealth, but you're kind of not paying attention to it because you're too busy celebrating it. Like, wow, look at everything I've done. Oh my gosh, I've done so much. And then boom, something falls by the wayside because you're not paying attention to it. So just be careful of that. You have another nine. This is my least favorite card in the deck, is this Nine of Swords. This is worry and anxiety, my beautiful Saggies. Somebody who's being kept up at night by her thoughts, okay? Now, when we make the decision to let something go, obviously we may have some anxiety and worry over doing that. But what you've really got to tune into your gut and figure out, if this was the right thing to do, I can't be worried about how it's going to affect the other person or the other situation, right? I have to do what's right for me. Each of us is walking our own path, beautiful Saggies. So we need to decide what's right for us. It looks like she's giving herself a hug, like maybe reassuring herself, it's okay, this was meant to be, this is what I needed to do. She does have an ancestor guide above her, as well as that wise owl in the window. Okay, so you really need to just be able to give yourself a break. I'm hearing Spirit is saying, give yourself a break. It's okay, right? It's okay when we decide to let something go. I'm just going to see if I can get a couple of clarifiers on this Tower Nine of Swords situation with a mini deck here. Spirit, what do you have? Okay. What is a little bit of clarification on what's happening here towards the end of October for my beautiful Saggies? Okay, 2. I thought there was going to be more. So Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so that is forward moving but slow action. And not that any of you care, but years and years ago, I was asked by a reader, which card are you most attracted to? And that is your card, and this is the one. The Knight of Pentacles was my most, the card that I was most attracted to. I do love this card and the depictions of this card with the horse there and the knight holding up that beautiful pentacle, supporting your finances, but slowly. You see, in this picture, the horse isn't even moving. So part of your frustration towards the end of October could be that your finances just aren't going where you want them to. And this backs up that 6 of Pentacles that you already had, right? And then you have the 7 of Pentacles again. This is a double message, right? You have a lot of messages for October about looking at your finances and choosing how you're going to use them, how you're going to spend them. 2, 7 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So let me just tune into this for a minute. Spirit, what do you want to say to the Saggies about October and their finances? Yeah, they're saying somebody is getting ready to do their holiday shopping, Christmas shopping, whatever, and you need to look at what you're putting aside or setting aside for that, and don't overspend. Gifts are gifts, and they should come from the heart, not necessarily the wallet. I have a relative who, when she bought Christmas presents, she spent the exact same amount on each person. I'm the opposite of that. I buy something I know the person will love. If it's $25 for one person and $70 for another, that never mattered to me. And it probably drove that person nuts, because if this person was going to spend $30 and one thing was $18, she'd have to spend $12 on something else. It was just, anyway, funny to me. I couldn't get into it. But so the message for October is to look at your finances closely. You may be thinking about making a big purchase or buying a new car or doing something like that. They really want you to be sure that it's something that isn't going to become a burden. So really look into that, my beautiful Saggies, and make sure that it's going to be okay for you, all right? Your animal oracle is 45, which is another 9. This is your third 9 of the reading, Seagull. Follow your inner voice and travel far. Follow your inner voice and travel far. To me, that is telling you that you need to listen to your gut instincts when it comes to this. Sometimes, like in my relationships, I am the saver. My husband is the spender. He's constantly saying, oh, I need or want this tool or that thing, or we should do this. We should take out a home equity loan and redo the bathroom. We should do, and I'm always like, no, I'm the budgeter and I'm the bill payer and the one that manages the money. And I am the last person to want to go out and take out a loan for anything. I don't like to do it. So, listen to your inner voice and only do what really feels right, okay? All right, so that was October. Now I'm going to pause the camera so that I can move on to November and get those decks ready, and I'll be right back. Okay, my lovelies. So now we're moving on to the month of November, and with the tea leaf, the first card out is Older Man. He does look old, doesn't he? Dealings or relationship with an older man. I mean, really, that could be anything, anyone. Ram, a stubborn, aggressive person, right? And then Throne, position, position of authority. So I'm getting, Spirit is giving me the vibes of boss, somebody that you answer to. Let me just look at this again, Spirit. What do you want to say about this? Older man, dealings, a relationship with an older man, a stubborn, aggressive person, the ram. Ram is Aries, right? And position of authority. So whoever it is that has authority over you, I mean, hopefully it's not talking about your husband, right? Because, we don't want to think of our life partners as, the position of authority and stubborn and aggressive and whatnot. But I mean, they're giving me also the vibes of a banker. Really? Banker, Spirit? Okay, I don't know. Maybe some of you work at a bank and your boss, because it seems weird that would be. I'm really trying to feel into this, my lovely Saggies, because I want to give you the right message. An older man, aggressive, stubborn, position of authority. I don't know. But thankfully you have success. So maybe you have to go to bat with somebody for something that you really want. I love how, come on, camera. The beautiful snowflake, I think of them as snowflakes. They could be stars, little ice crystals. And remember how you had January for the last tea leaf in the end of October. So maybe the success is going to come in January, end of the year. I don't get a lot from that. Let's see what the tarot is going to tell us about November. Okay, let's see. November. Older man, aggressive, stubborn, authoritative. Do I have that in my life? Not really. My husband is younger than me. My boss is younger than me. My parents are passed away. My grandparents are passed away. Well, maybe he's a banker for me. Maybe my husband, after all, is going to say, let's go take out an equity loan and do some things. I have to think about that. Okay. All right. So for this, I'm using the Pendragon Red Dragon deck, another one of my favorites. This deck is based on the Welsh tradition and tales. So it was quite an extensive book for me to study, and I still don't have all the cards in this memorized. So the major arcana are characters in a specific story about the fool, who is, I think, Peridor. And then it has characters like Rhiannon, Bronwyn, and I remember all of their stories. Okay. All right, Spirit. Wow. Okay. Let's see. What was the first one? 9 of Cups. Another 9. Saggies, what is this 9 for you? Is 9 your number? Oh my gosh. Okay. 7 of Pentacles. Again, for the 3rd time. The Chariot. Cancer energy, victory energy, decision energy. Your instincts, your intuitiveness with that Chariot, because the Chariot doesn't have reins. You basically have to steer your ship or guide your vessel with your mind. So the Chariot is also indicative of tuning in. Okay. 9 of Wands. Now you have all 4 9s in your reading, right? Oh no, I'm sorry. 9 of Cups, 9 of Wands. What was the 9 of Swords? What's the one that's missing? 9 of Pentacles. Okay, sorry. So sometimes when the 1 is missing, that can be the focus, right? The challenge, let's say, and that's money. 9 of Pentacles. Okay, then you have the 2 of Cups. All right, sorry. I'm just, trying to figure it out. I'm not even showing it to you. Forgive me. Okay, last card for my Saggies. This is quite an involved message, beauties. Yes, it is. Guys, gals. Last card from this deck for the tarot portion of this reading, please. Last card. See, this is why I don't shuffle every deck on camera. The reading would be way too long. Okay, that was 4 cards. Hang on. Okay, Spirit. What is the last card for my Saggies for this tarot portion, please? What is the last card for my Saggies? Oh, look. Whoops. Where is the camera? Flipped over right in between there. It's the Empress, the birther of new things, new ideas, new everything. Okay. Wow, I don't even know if I'm able to sum this up. There are so many messages in here. So 9 of Cups. 9s are accomplishment, and she has accomplished a lot of emotion. Did you have that? Oh my gosh, you did. Remember, you had it in October. So you have the 9 of Cups twice. Whoops, I put the... Sorry. Okay, what is this trying to tell us? We have created a lot of emotional beauty, emotional wealth, emotional bounty. She is sitting there in the middle of the forest with a cup in her hand with all the things that she has created emotionally around her. I love that there's a bee at the bottom because bees represent community, okay? Let me just tune into this. So this card has a very different energy to me than this card. I also love that one shows a man and one shows a woman. The marriage of the masculine and feminine. So his card, the card for October, is all of that emotion created, and then he is celebrating, lifting the cup up. The feeling of the November energy of the 9 of Cups is that she is just sitting there enjoying everything that she's created, enjoying her relationships, enjoying the emotional joy and fulfillment that she has with her family and community. Can you see what I mean by the difference in the energy? That's why I love to have more than one deck, because the energy that each deck presents is different. Okay? I'm sure that when you look at that, you feel the difference in energy. It's almost like the man 9 of Cups one is kind of bragging about everything he's done, and the female feminine side is just enjoying it. I don't know who needed that message, but someone did. Okay, so bring together your masculine and feminine with your 9 of Cups energy. 7 of Pentacles. This is the second one. You also have that in October. Saggies, you are going to have a lot of choices and decisions to make about how you're going to move forward financially. How are you going to move forward financially? Then you have that Chariot. Chariot is victory. It's Cancer. If you have Cancer prominently in your chart or a prominent Cancer in your life, this could have something to do with the decisions you're making financially, right? What is the name? See, this person's name is Manoweden. Manoweden. I don't know. So this is a number 7. And you have the 7 of Pentacles twice. You have 3 7s in your reading. You have like 4 9s in your reading. Lots and lots of 7 and 9 energy. 7 reflection, 9 accomplishment. You see here how one of the horses is made out of water and one is kind of more physical. So melding of your astral and your physical, or your metaphysical and physical. Trying to think of the best way to say it. Using your internal compass as well as your logical mind to go forward. Okay, and then you have that 9 of Wands. So 9 of Wands, 9 of Cups twice, and 9 of Swords. The missing card is the 9 of Pentacles. So the challenge is your finances, right? This is Wounded Warrior. He has put a lot of work and effort into what he's created. Wands are action, passion, and fire signs like you. He's coming through this feeling depleted, right? Feeling like, oh my God, thank God I'm done with that, okay? So that could have to do with getting rid of a job or letting something go, like we had in the very beginning, that Winter card saying let go of what no longer serves you. Maybe you've been working too hard. Maybe your job stresses you out and you have to just go, I can't be here anymore, right? Then you have this 2 of Cups coming in. I love this. 2s are choice and balance. You see masculine and feminine here. We've already mentioned that once with those 9 of Cups cards. So here we see it again. the melding of the masculine and feminine. They're each holding a cup, but they are standing in brambles. The brambles do have flowers. To me, the feeling I'm getting is coming through a difficult time with your partner. Now, your partner could be your business partner or your life partner, husband, wife, etc. But I'm feeling like you're coming through towards the end of November, and this beautiful embrace is giving me the feeling of, okay, we made it through that. We made it through that. That's the feeling I'm getting. I am an intuitive reader, so I know that sometimes what I say about the messages of the cards is not the exact message, but I'm tapped into my guides and they're telling me what they want me to tell you. Then you have the Empress. This is 3. This is the energy of creation and collaboration. The Empress is Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, Mother Nature. And she is sitting there on her throne, which has a horse in the background on it. There are birds flying around. There are fruits, flowers. She has her shield. Her shield there. And I believe she's holding the feminine symbol. I can't tell. She also has a scepter. So this is Rhiannon. Remember I said I remembered some of the names. Rhiannon, the Empress. This is a good sign. This is a beautiful sign, right? That you will come through everything. The last 2 cards, those partners, the masculine and feminine coming together in an embrace, really happy. They've made it through the brambles. Everything is flowering and flourishing. And then the Empress with maybe birthing something new. Anything. The Empress can create anything. A new business, a new job, a new baby, a new family, a new experience, whatever that is for you. I love that. And then your animal oracle for the end of November, or for November, is 15. That's a number 6, Harmony, Frog. Let's see if I can get it to, oh my goodness. What is the problem? This camera is giving me so many issues. I can't read it like I'm that. Embrace emotions and find emotional balance. Holy cow! Okay, so embrace emotions and find emotional balance. That's exactly what we were talking about with those 9s, right? Finding emotional balance, the masculine and feminine. Balancing out with that 2 of Cups. All of this is about emotional balance, my beautiful Saggies. Oh man, I love this. I love this message. I mean, when you feel like you are really straining and struggling emotionally, just call on your inner compass, take some breaths, get emotionally balanced. I also want to tell you that frogs represent prosperity, okay? So, wowzers. What a load of messages you got. I love this for you. Okay, I'm going to pause for just a moment. I'm going to face the camera to the cards, and I'm going to go over this entire thing with you. This is already 33 minutes long, longer than any other sign. Thank you, spirits. Thank you, my guides. So blessed. Okay, be right back. Okay, my beautiful Saggies. So from here up is October. From here over is November. And I'll put these cards in the shot when I get to them. Wow, I can't even believe the amount of messages. Okay, mid to end of October, winter. The sacredness of pausing. The sacredness of pausing. Pausing to let things go that no longer serve you. We had already talked about that. Let something go if it doesn't make you feel good anymore. Let something go if it's not giving you positivity, okay? 7 of Pentacles, we talked about that. How are you going to move forward with money, with work, with what you've created? The Star card, possibly Aquarius, but also hopes, dreams, and wishes fulfilled. The Tower, talked about either a tower moment for you where you realize what you have to let go. That's really the strong feeling that I'm getting, is that you come to some realization that either a thing, a person, a place is not right for you and you let it go, which could cause a tower for somebody else because they don't like that you're doing that. Six of Pentacles, we talked about you looking at your finances, your investments, your 401k, your savings, your rainy day fund, making sure that your money is going where you want it, right? And that's right underneath the Seven of Pentacles, okay? Then you had that Nine of Cups. We've talked about that till we've beat it to death, right? Nine of Swords is you having some anxiety that's keeping you up at night, possibly worrying about these decisions that you've made. Then you had that Knight of Pentacles as well as the, was it the Eight of Pentacles? I can't remember. Seven. Okay. Double Seven of Pentacles. So really, really deciding about what you're doing with your money, your finances, your career, how much energy you're putting into that, okay? And then from the tea leaf, you had obstacles to overcome, heartache over what you no longer have, feeling emotional, right? Nine of Cups, about what you're letting go of. The Sun, happiness and well-being. This is telling me that you are doing this for your own well-being and feeling. And you had January, and we talked about January possibly being related to the success card that you have at the end of November, right? Maybe it is an out in the cold feeling that you get from somebody because you're making changes that are good for you. And sometimes that does upset other people, right? And then you had that Seagull card, which is a 45, which is a 9. Gosh, how many 9s did you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 9s. And we talked about how the 9 of Pentacles is the one missing. So the challenge is money. Seagull, follow your inner voice and travel far. You really need to tune into your gut instincts, Saggies, in October. Okay, that's October. Now, moving on to November, you had dealings or relationship with an older man who's stubborn, aggressive, and in a position of authority, right? So that's a little tricky. But at the end of that, you had that success, right? Which also looks like January. So I really feel like you're going to get through something that's going to take you into the new year, right? We haven't even done December yet, but that's just what's happening. I can't wait to do December now because I wonder if it's just going to build on this. All right, and then from the tarot, the Nine of Cups, we talked about the masculine and feminine 9s, right? Already discussed that. The Seven of Pentacles again, which you had here, and here, and here. 3 times is the Seven of Pentacles. Big decisions in October, November time about your job is what the feeling they're giving me. Your job, your business, how you earn your living. The Chariot, victory, right? Cancer energy possibly, but victory with a decision about how you move forward and really tapping into your intuition, because that's how the Chariot is steered. That's how you steer it, with your intuition. There are no reins there. And that was another 7. So you also have 4. Do you have 4 7s? 1, 2, 3. Yes. You have 4 9s and 4 7s. 9 of Wands. We talked about this. Wounded warrior, getting through all that hard stuff and letting it go. Letting it go. It does not serve you, so let it go. And then that 2 of Cups energy, balancing the masculine and feminine, nurturing, loving energy, getting through the brambles to the budding, blooming flowers. Okay? And then the Empress, that beautiful energy of birthing and creating, my beautiful Saggies. Yeah, I mean, you will get through this, but it is going to be challenging. So you may have, 3 to 4 weeks of challenges, but then getting towards the end of November is when things, I feel, that are going to change and open up for you. You may go through a period of, they're giving me the feeling of, I'm not feeling so great about this decision, but I know it's the right thing. And then you just come out of it. And your animal oracle for November is the frog, which is 6, which is harmony, right? Frogs represent prosperity. Embrace emotions and find emotional balance. Can't stress that enough, my beautiful Saggies. So I am really going to recommend that you set an alarm on your calendar, Google Calendar, in your phone, whatever, for mid-November to come back and watch this again, because I really think then you're honestly, you're going to get it. It's going to be like, oh yeah, if this resonates with you. This isn't going to be for everyone, right? But for whoever it resonates with, maybe set an alarm and come back. All right. I love you all. Peace and kindness every single day.